0, 1. Let's get started.
You broke in the house. You broke in the house. Look at this. Look at this.
You shouldn't be trying to steal my house. Yes, you are. You don't even have.
Dell, you're getting arrested right now?
I'm being arrested.
For what?
For being in my own home.
Redemption after a year-long fight of chaos. Last April, we told you about this woman, Adele Andeloro. She inherited a home in Queens, New York from her mother, but a squatter not only broke into her place, but rented rooms out to two people. And what she did with troubles, well, she got arrested for trying to kick out the squatter. You can't make this stuff up.
You're trying to steal my house. Yes, you are. You don't even have.
Dell, you're getting arrested right now?
I'm being arrested.
For what?
For being in my own home.
Arrested for unlawful eviction.
That was then, and this is now, the squatter Brian Rodriguez. He has a new home for the next 2 years. It's a New York jail cell. Let's bring in someone who's been following this story very closely, anti-squatter activist Flashshelton. Flash, get us up to speed here. What do you make of this story?
I mean, we all love a good ending when it comes to squatters, but I'm glad that the courts finally saw through this. I'm under the understanding that he's going to jail for actually admitting guilt to filing a false incident, not actually squatting. And I really hope that the laws start changing so we can actually make it illegal to take over someone's property. But, the fact that, these incidents and these reports that squatters are filing and doing all these tactics, the courts need to start seeing through that and see what their what their intentions are and start fighting for homeowners.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. I mean, that this is happening, but there was another case. You hear all kinds of these cases. There was this one here in Texas. A woman had to deal with a squatter selling her family's items and then turning her home into what she called a drug den. She shared this story with Newsmax last year. Watch.
We're looking at almost $200,000 worth of damage. The insurance company kind of doesn't know what to do with this thing because I think it's fairly new. It's been an absolute and complete, unbelievable nightmare. Who thinks this will happen in America?
So, how should people here respond? If they find a squatter in their place, what do you do? How do you get them out?
First of all, call law enforcement, let them do the one thing that they can do. Make sure it's safe. Don't approach them on your own. It's not worth your life. It's property. That's number one. You need to kind of assess your situation. You can get a hold of me and we can do a consultation, but you need to determine if they have tenant rights, if there's an actual squatter. Then there are certain things that you do that actually give them more rights. A lot of people say that, like, for example, in New York, it's 30 days and they get squatter rights. But the truth is, after 30 days, they have tenant rights.
So does a lot of this go by state to state based on what their laws are? Or are you noticing an uptick maybe in one state over another?
Well, I'm noticing that, every state differentiates like what a tenant is and how they become, a tenant. They're all pretty clear that if you, occupy with permission, you're a tenant. So, every state, regardless if they're stronger on squatters or not, squatters are finding their way through the system everywhere.
Yeah. Flashshelton, well, we appreciate you staying on the story, and because I find it fascinating when I hear these stories of they just overtake someone's house. You can't get these people out. Flashshelton, thank you so much for coming on Sunday Report.
Thank you.